I am about to break down 5 profitable YouTube niches that you can copy with Claude AI to start making real money on YouTube, even if you're starting from absolute zero. And this is coming from someone who owns a YouTube channel with over 1.5 million subscribers, and I've personally made over $10 million on YouTube, and I've helped clients generate over $100 million in results from YouTube as well. And some of those clients are making $185,000 in a single month from a YouTube channel with less than 200,000 subscribers, and they're using the exact type of approach that I'm gonna show you in this video. So if you appreciate me making this type of content and you want me to make more of it in the future, then let me know by gently tapping that like button, and let's jump into it right now. Now, before we get into the actual niches, I do need to say 2 things really quickly because these are absolutely critical. Number 1, you're copying the niche, not the person, right? So when I say copy, I don't mean clone somebody's face, somebody's voice, or somebody's exact videos. I don't know who out there needs to hear that, but that is not what I'm talking about. What I mean is take the idea, right? Take the niche, take the angle, then make it your own. If you try to be a carbon copy of another creator, you're gonna lose every single time. But if you take the niche and you bring your perspective, your voice, and your experience to it, that is where the magic happens. And by the way, this is how every single big creator started. They typically copied a niche that was working, then they made it their own. Number 2, and this one's even more important, you cannot do everything with AI. I cannot stress this enough, right? If you try to do 100% of your YouTube channel with AI, you are going to get demonetized, and you're probably gonna get banned as well, right? Do not believe all these goofball AI YouTubers that tell you that AI can literally do everything and it's your entire content team and I've fired my entire content team or any of that stuff. That is not true. If you try to do that, you are going to put out absolute AI slop that nobody watches and that YouTube actually punishes. And even if somebody does watch it, YouTube is going to demonetize you and ban your channel. So do not do that, right? Anyone telling you that AI can do everything for you is either lying or they're a spammer trying to sell you garbage software, period. But here is the thing. AI can do a ton for you. We're talking about making the work about 10 times easier, 10 times faster, and 10 times more scalable. The trick is knowing where to use it and where to not use it. So with that out of the way, let's get into these 5 niches and exactly how you can use AI to copy these niches and put your own spin on them. All right, so niche number 1 is what I like to call the Wall Street Translator. So this is the stock analysis and investing niche. And before you click off thinking, Shane, I'm not a finance guy, I'm not a Warren Buffett, I don't have a hedge fund, just stop. You do not need any of that, and here's why. This niche works because there is insane demand for someone to translate Wall Street into normal human language. The news, the earnings, the reports, the 10K filings, the analyst notes. It is a giant pile of confusing jargon that 99% of investors don't actually understand. You become the translator, and that's it. You take the chaos and you make it clean. You take the confusion and you make it simple. You take the boring SEC filings and you turn them into a 12-minute video that actually makes sense. Think about it like this. Imagine you walked into the most confusing museum in the world. Tens of thousands of paintings, no labels, no signs, no audio guide. Everyone is just standing there going, what does any of this mean? The Wall Street Translator is the tour guide. You walk through, you point at things that actually matter, you explain why they matter, and people pay you for the privilege of finally understanding what they're looking at. That is the niche. A lot of the time, you're literally just talking about the news and talking about what it could possibly mean for the economy and finances. Now, let me tell you about Felix and Friends, right? Felix is one of my clients, and when we first started working with him, he had a smaller channel in the investing niche. And today, he's actually number 1 in his niche, right? In his sub niche of investing, he is literally number 1, and we helped him scale from 7 to 8 figures a year from YouTube. Now, Felix is a super smart guy, and he would have been successful on YouTube whether or not we end up working with him or not, but we helped him get there faster, we helped him do it better, and we helped him have more fun. His words.
In all honesty, Sean and his team, they just really know what they're doing. And I would take their advice, I would follow it to the letter, and you will have a lot more fun doing the content you're making.
So yeah, he's making over $10 million a year from a YouTube channel in a niche where basically you just need to talk about the news, right? He's a really smart guy and he's a hard worker who became the best translator in his specific lane. And of course, the money followed. And he's not the only one that's done this. Meet Kevin is another great example of someone who basically just covers the news and he tells you what he thinks is going to happen in the economy or when it comes to investments, etc., based on his coverage of the news. So here's exactly how to start. And I want to give you this step by step because I see way too many people watching watching videos like this and then doing nothing with the information, okay? So step one, pick one specific lane inside of investing. Do not try to cover everything. Don't try to be the all stocks everything channel. Pick one. REITs, dividend stocks, semiconductors, AI stocks, crypto. Just pick one. Step two, set up Claude and either connect it to Twitter API or have it scrape Twitter for news in your specific niche. The good news is we actually have Claude skills already built for this exact workflow. So check the link in the description and the pinned comment below to grab them. They will save you hours. Then step three, when news breaks in your niche, and news breaks pretty much daily in finance. In fact, you could probably say new news is out there like every hour. You take that news, you drop it into Claude, and you ask Claude to generate a video outline for you. Here's a prompt that you can literally copy and paste, right? Analyze this breaking news for retail investors who own this type of stock. And you can copy and paste the rest of it right here. And you'll notice that I put avoid all income claims in here because it is actually important that you don't promise anything or guarantee anything. Just make it very clear that this is just your opinion. You're not telling them to invest in anything or anything like that. It's literally just your opinion of what's going to happen. Then step four, record the video the same day. Right? Same day at maximum, right? Really, you should probably record the video immediately right there because finance moves fast and the people searching for what happened to this stock today are searching right now, not tomorrow. And quick warning here, because this is the money niche, you have to be careful with the language that you use, right? No income claims, no, this stock will make you rich garbage, just educational analysis and sharing your own opinion. And here's the cool part. You can literally plug that warning into Claude, right? Just add to your prompt, never make income claims, never recommend specific stocks, and frame everything as educational. And Claude will guard the language for you automatically. That is niche number one, the Wall Street translator. And by the way, one thing I want to say about this is you must keep the videos dead simple. You will notice that many people who make content in this niche don't even edit their videos. It's literally just them sharing their screen, talking about stuff with zero edits. And there's a reason for that. It's not because they're lazy and they don't want to edit their videos. It's because the most important thing in this niche is getting information out fast, right? Whenever something happens, you want to be aware that that thing happened and you want to get the information out as fast as you possibly can. All right, niche number two, and I honestly can't even believe I'm revealing this because of how powerful it is and how much it's helped myself and my inner circle. But niche number two is what I like to call the career cheat code. And honestly, this might be the most overlooked niche on this entire list because it is so obvious that almost nobody actually does it. And here's the cheat code. Whatever job you already do for a living, okay? You take that and you just make YouTube videos about that. That's it. That's a niche, right? So if you're a nurse, make videos about nursing. If you're a plumber, make videos about plumbing. If you're an accountant, make accounting videos. If you're a teacher, make teaching videos. If you're in the trades, make trade videos. Whatever you already do for 40 plus hours a week, that's your niche. You already have the expertise, you already have the stories, you already have the credibility. You don't need to learn anything new. Think of it like this. Imagine you've been walking past a treasure chest in your backyard every single day for 10 years. You walk over it on your way to work, you step around it when you mow the lawn, you ignore it completely. And one day you finally stop and you open it and inside is a fortune. That is your career, right? The expertise that you've built up doing your job is the buried treasure. Most people walk past it their entire lives because they think their job is boring. Well, guess what? It's not boring to other people. It's gold. So let me give you a real example. My brother Zach built a channel talking about trade careers, and he's a regular guy, right? He's not some YouTube guru. He's not a tech bro. He just talks about trade careers. Why? Because he's been in the trades for 30 years. And he was able to grow it from absolute zero to making a full-time income, literally 29 days after posting his very first video, which blew up and got 800,000 views, to making $214 in a single day, which is a $70,000+ a year run rate. And that is a full-time income. So he's literally able to go from zero to full-time income in 1 month, just talking about trades, just talking about stuff he already knew a lot about, right? Here's another example, Josh Madakor. He makes videos that are very useful to people who are trying to get into IT and cybersecurity. And when he first started doing this, he was literally just doing the channel just to be helpful. And when he first started working with us, he was making less than $1,000 a month. With our help, he scaled up to $5,000 a month, so it was a great side hustle, then $10,000 a month, full-time income. He also used it to land his dream job And these people actually reached out to him. He didn't even have to apply for the job. They reached out to him. And he was making multiple six figures a year with a remote job, able to travel the world, and he chose to live in Tokyo. And then he scaled it to $30,000 a month. And then with our help, we helped him get all the way to over $180,000 in a single month on YouTube. So he's built a massive audience doing this, and he is absolutely crushing it with his channel. And you'd never know watching his videos because he doesn't even get that many views. But here's the best part. You don't even have to show your face. Look at the Swedish investor. Millions of subscribers, never shows his face. He just talks about what he knows, which is investing, books, strategies, etc. His face is irrelevant. The expertise is what people are paying for. So if you're a nurse and you don't want to be on camera, don't be on camera. Use Claude to help you write scripts, use a voiceover, show some visuals, done. And you might be thinking, oh, well, Shane, there's already a lot of nurses on YouTube. There's not enough room for more nurses. There's like 500 to 1,000 different tiny little sub niches inside of each niche. For instance, in the cybersecurity niche, we also helped Nicole, who helps women get into GRC jobs, which is governance, risk, and compliance, right? Super niche. It's not a very well-known job. She's absolutely crushing it with a multiple six-figure-a-year business doing that. And again, her videos don't get that many views because they don't need to. She's getting the right views, and that's all that matters. So let's talk about how to do this. Step 1. Write down the top 20 things that you do every single week at your job, especially the boring stuff, because the boring to you is fascinating to someone who doesn't do your job. And also write down all of the problems that you've had in the past when it comes to that job that you were able to overcome. Step 2, drop that list into Claude with this prompt. I work as your profession with X years of experience. Here's a list of the most common things I do at work and a list of all the problems that I have. Generate 30 YouTube video topic ideas based on this list. Focus on topics with high search volume and high audience interests. For each idea, give me the angle, the hook, and the target audience. Then step 3, pick the 5 video ideas that Claude generates that you are most excited about. Don't pick the boring ones, right? Pick the ones that make you want to talk for 15 minutes straight. Then step 4, use the Claude skills linked in the description and the pinned comment below to generate the actual outlines and scripts. We built them specifically for this. Then step 5, record, upload, and repeat 2 to 3 times a week. Now you might be thinking, Shane, this is too simple. There has to be a catch. Nope, there isn't. The catch is that nobody does it. Everybody's out here trying to be the next Mr. Beast or the next AI guru. Meanwhile, the nurse who just talks about nursing for 3 years builds a $200,000 a year business. And that's on the lower side. And if you don't believe me, look at this client who literally just started with us last month, Nurse Jen. She posted this video 4 weeks ago and it already has over 570,000 views. And she's literally just talking about stuff that she already talks about at her own job. She's a nurse and she's just giving advice that she already talks about on a daily basis at her own job.
I've been a nurse for over 30 years.
And by the way, if you want to know exactly how we helped her pick her niche, because picking the niche is the most important thing, and also come up with the video ideas and a step-by-step process for exactly how to get started on YouTube, then check out our live training that we're doing this week by clicking the link in the description and the pinned comment below. Hey, quick break. I'm going to be doing a live training this week on how to start a YouTube channel step-by-step for beginners. This is going to be for people who want to start a channel, but they don't know what niche to pick, what videos to make, or how to actually get started the right way. And it's a completely free training, no strings attached. In fact, I'm giving away even more bonuses at the training. So just as an example, I'm going to be giving away my niche validator. This is going to be available both for ChatGPT as well as Claude, which is a super valuable piece of software where you can finally figure out what the best niche for you is. So do not miss out on this training. Make sure you sign up for it down in the description and the pinned comment below, because you only get it if you join the training. So if you don't join now, you might miss it. But that being said, in the workshop, you'll get to meet me, and you'll get to ask me questions directly. So I look forward to seeing you in there. So click the link in the description and the pinned comment below, put it in your calendar. And if for whatever reason you missed out on it or you weren't able to attend, make sure you still click that link, because we might be having workshops in the future as well. And you'll be the first to know about it. So yeah, hope to see you there. And now back to your regularly scheduled content. All right, niche number 3, I like to call this the local authority niche. Now, this is one of the most underrated niches in the entire YouTube ecosystem, and here's why I love it. The local authority niche is content about a specific geographic area, a city, a region, a state, a neighborhood. You become the person who covers everything happening in that area. We're talking real estate, travel, business, restaurants, events, lifestyle, news. Now, why is this so powerful? Well, it's because geography is a moat. A real moat. Nobody from out of state can compete with you. Nobody from another country can compete with you. The local knowledge is the product and nobody else can replicate it. So think about it like this. Imagine that there's only one restaurant in your entire town that serves a specific local specialty dish. People who want that specific dish have to come to you. Like, let's just say it's sushi, right? You are the only restaurant in town that serves sushi and they literally cannot go anywhere else to get it. You don't have to be the best chef in the world. You just have to be the only one serving that dish. That is the local authority niche advantage, right? You're not competing with the entire world. You're competing with 3 other people in your city who might also make YouTube videos. And spoiler alert, most of the time, nobody else in your city is making the content that you're about to make. So let me just give an example of Craig. Craig is a 70-year-old realtor in Montana. 70 years old in Montana. Now, when most people hear that, they think there's no way this guy is winning on YouTube, but they're wrong. We worked with Craig in CGE, and one of his very first videos blew up to over 100,000 views at 70 years old. And of course, it's a video about Montana and it's about local real estate.
The most expensive riverfront property in Montana.
And here's another one, Adam in Austin. His channel is called Living in Austin with Adam in Austin. And he is absolutely crushing it as a realtor in, you guessed it, Austin, Texas. So he is the go-to guy for anyone considering moving to Austin. And he doesn't need to compete with realtors in California. He doesn't need to compete with realtors in New York. He just has to be the best one in Austin. And he is. And he's basically getting all of his leads from YouTube. And if you don't believe me that people are crushing it with this guy right here, Ken Posick, he's got about 67,000 subscribers and he basically covers the Orlando area. And again, he's a realtor in Orlando and he's done over $1 billion in real estate in Orlando. And most of it has come from this YouTube channel. And we have a lot of real estate clients that are absolutely crushing it with this approach. So if you're a realtor and you haven't started a YouTube channel yet, you might need to fix that. And you definitely need to attend my live training. So click that link in the description in the pinned comment below. And even if you see this in the future, you can still click that link and it'll tell you whenever the next live training is. And by the way, this isn't just for realtors. I'm using realtors as the example, but there's lots of other different types of local businesses that this works great for. For instance, you could be a travel guide. It works for local business content trying to drive leads to your physical store. It works for food and restaurant reviews. It works for local events. It works for local news or commentary. We've seen it work really well for law firms, cosmetic dentistries, financial advisors, even different trades type businesses, right? This is working better and better for many different types of businesses that are either local or localized. Basically, anytime you can tie the content to a specific place, you have a moat. So how do you get started here? Well, step 1, define your geographic area, right? Don't go too broad like the whole country and also don't go too narrow like your specific street. You can do city level, you can do region level, or you can even do neighborhood level. But step 2, drop this prompt into Claude. I want to build a YouTube channel as the local authority on your city or region. Generate 50 video topic ideas covering categories like things to do, places to eat, neighborhoods, real estate trends, events, hidden gems, moving guides, and local lifestyle. For each topic, give me the title, the target search keyword, and the target audience. If you want to, you can also add into this prompt whatever your business is if you've already started a business, or whatever business you plan on starting. Then step 3, use the Claude skills in the link below to refine the topics into full outlines and scripts. And then step 4, get out there with a camera and start shooting. Walk around, show the area, show your energy. You can also just use Claude to help you write the voiceovers if you're not on camera, or you can even just record videos about your city and then just use footage or pictures that are already available online. Then step 5, be consistent. The local authority niche pays off heavily once you have a backlog of 30 to 50 videos covering your area, and people binge watch them when they're considering moving to your area. And that is niche number 3, the local authority. All right, niche number 4 is what I like to call the industry translator. Now, this is where things get really interesting because this is where you combine 2 things that are both blowing up right now. The first thing is a specific industry, right? Nursing, accounting, construction, real estate, dentistry, trucking, whatever industry you already know. And the second thing is a new skill or technology that that industry needs but doesn't understand. Now, the obvious one here is going to be AI, but there's other ones as well. Data analysis, automation, workflow tools, modern marketing, etc. So for instance, you could do AI for plumbing businesses. Then you put those 2 things together and you become the go-to person who bridges the gap. AI for nurses niche, AI for accountants niche, data analysis for real estate agents niche, the automations for contractors guy. Now you might be thinking, Shane, isn't the AI niche super saturated already? Yes and no. Here's the thing, and let me be really honest with you here. Almost everyone making AI for YouTube content right now, for instance, is hot garbage, like really, really bad. And I would know because I'm an actual YouTube expert and I've been doing this for years. And I've helped clients generate over $100 million in results. So when I watch the AI for YouTube content videos out there, most of it is just wrong. It sounds good in theory, but if you actually applied it, your channel would die. Why? Because the people making it are not actually YouTube experts. They just saw AI had a high search volume and they saw YouTube had high search volume, so they jammed the two together and started cranking out content. And the same exact thing is happening in basically every industry out there right now. Now, of course, that's your opportunity to make good content in those different industries. So if you're an actual expert in your industry, like you're a nurse or an accountant or a real estate agent, or you're a lawyer, or you have a law firm, or you have a plumbing business or anything like that, you have a massive advantage over the AI bros who don't know the industry because they can't fake the expertise and you already have it. And by the way, this is exactly what I'm going to be teaching at the live training, how to actually use AI for YouTube in a way that works. Not the surface level garbage that everyone else is teaching, the stuff that actually works, right? So think about it like being a translator at the UN. You have two parties, let's say an industry like nursing and a new technology like AI, and they both want to talk to each other, but neither one understands the other language. You can be the bridge. You speak both and you can charge a lot to translate. That's the niche, right? You speak the industry. It's very easy for you to learn the basics of AI and what's actually useful with AI in your industry. And so you can be the bridge for other people. Now, here's how wide open this is right now. The big general AI channels are saturated, but the specific lanes are wide open. And there is no dominant AI for dental offices channel making $20,000 a month right now, but there could be. And there is no dominant AI for independent contractors making money right now as well, but there could be. And there definitely is no dominant AI for realtors channel out there making money, but there definitely could be. So the expertise barrier is what keeps the AI bros out, and it's what lets you in. So step one, pick the industry that you already know, right? Don't pick an industry just because it sounds profitable, but pick one that you actually have experience in. That is your moat. Step two, pick the new skill or technology. AI is the obvious one, but you can also use data analysis, automation, modern marketing, software workflows, any of these types of things, right? Then step three, use this prompt in Claude. I'm an expert in whatever your industry is, and I want to teach people in my industry how to use whatever specialty it is, AI, data analysis, etc. Generate 30 YouTube video ideas where the angle is skill for industry professionals. For each video idea, give me the hook, the target viewer, and the practical takeaway that they'll get from the video. Then step four, use the Claude skills in the link below to refine the outlines and the scripts. And then step five, prove the value with on-camera demos. Don't just tell people AI can help. Actually show them. Record your screen. Walk through the prompts, show the output. That's what separates real industry translators from AI bro slop. And that is niche number four, what I like to call the industry translator. Now, niche number five is last but definitely not least, and that is the empire autopsy. I like to call this the empire autopsy because this is kind of a deep dive niche. And you want to pick something that you're genuinely obsessed with, right? Companies, historical events, sports careers, gaming franchises, the music industry, movies, scandals, technology, whatever, and do deep dives on it, right? So each video is a 12 to 25 minute breakdown of a specific story. You know, how did Netflix actually go from DVDs to global domination? How did WeWork collapse so spectacularly? How did Taylor Swift build a billion-dollar empire after starting off as a Christian singer? How did Blockbuster destroy itself? You are an autopsy. You take the patient, a company, a person, a movement, and you cut it open and show people exactly what made it tick or what killed it. So think of yourself like a detective on a cold case. You take all the evidence, news, articles, financial filings, founder interviews, court documents, internal memos, et cetera, and you piece together the why and the how. The audience comes for the mystery and they stay for the analysis. They want to feel like they understand something nobody else does. And that feeling is worth a lot of YouTube view time. And the business case study version of this is huge right now, right? Channels like Modern MBA or How Money Works and Logically Answered have built massive audiences with this exact format. But here's the thing, it doesn't have to be businesses, right? It can be anything that you're nerdy about, right? Sports teams, music labels, video game franchise, fashion brands, et cetera. The deeper your obsession, the better the content, because the audience can feel when a creator actually cares about the topic. AI bros doing surface level case studies get crushed by a real fan who knows every single detail. But you can still use AI to help you make the content faster, and here's how. Step one, pick your obsession, whatever you could talk about for hours without getting bored. That is your topic area. Step two, pick the first patient, the specific company, person, event, or empire that you're gonna autopsy in your first video. Step three, use this Claude prompt. I want to make a YouTube case study video about whatever your subject is. Help me synthesize the following sources into a coherent 15-minute video script. Identify the rise, how they got big, the turning point, the key decision or event, the fall or peak where they are now, and the lesson, what viewers can learn from this story. Make it dramatic, narrative-driven, and emotionally compelling. Step 4, drop in source material like articles, financial filings, interview transcripts, Wikipedia summaries. Claude's long context window can handle all of it at once. And this is one of the big keys. Do what I like to call a yap session, where you literally just yap about whatever the subject is and give your opinion on it. And this could literally be you just recording, talking to a friend, and then you just take that conversation and then put it into Claude, right? And that brings us to step 5, which is refine with the Claude skills in the link in the description and the pinned comment below. Then record, upload, then pick the next YouTube video and repeat. That's the empire autopsy. Now, these are all 5 very profitable YouTube niches, and I know this because I've worked with so many YouTubers to help them grow and make money on their channels. But here's the thing that I want you to remember as you walk away from this video. AI is not going to do this for you. AI is the assistant, right? AI is the leverage. It's the multiplier. But you still have to show up and you still have to record and you still have to pick the niche, right? And you have to put in the reps. Anyone telling you that AI does it all is selling you a hot pile of garbage. But anyone telling you that AI can't help is also wrong, because AI is going to make this about 10 times easier than it was 3 years ago, maybe 50 times easier. But the window to grab one of these niches is right now, not in 2 years, right now, because in 2 years, every one of these niches is going to have a dominant player. The question is whether that player is going to be you or somebody who watched this video after you did and actually took action. So I highly recommend, if you want to get started with this, to click the link in the description or the pinned comment below to attend my live training. We're going to help you pick your niche on the live training, then go over a step-by-step guide to get started. And at the end, you can literally ask me any questions that you want and I will answer them. With that being said, I know that 99% of people watching this are never going to work with myself or my team directly, and that's totally fine. I like to give away way more value than what I receive. But for the 1% of you out there that really wants a hand-holding experience, we're talking the business owners, the YouTubers who are crushing it, but they want to crush it even more. YouTubers who are getting a lot of views and they have a great audience, but they're struggling with monetization, or people that just want to treat YouTube like a business, right? They want to treat YouTube like a business from the very beginning, so they can save themselves a massive amount of time. If that is you and you want to actually work one-on-one with my team, either in a done with you capacity where we basically work very closely with you to grow your channel, or a done for you capacity where we literally just do it for you, then go ahead and book a call with my team by clicking the link in the description and the pinned comment below. On that call, we'll figure out where you are right now, where you want to be. We'll make a plan to get there, and we'll see if we're a good fit to work together or not. This is a paid program, and we are very picky about who we work with. We only accept about 18% of people who apply, and even less moving forward. But we are opening up enrollment for about 3 to 5 people right now. So if you're very serious about growing and making money on YouTube, go ahead and book that call by clicking the link in the description and the pinned comment below, but only do it if you're really serious about getting started. And with that being said, you can check out this video right here of one of our clients, an actual case study video of exactly how we help them grow. So click the video right there and I'll see you over there.